Today we are going to explore a life-changing philosophy from Japan called Ikigai. This word can be translated as reason for being or the joy of living. But it's much more than just a motivational idea. It's actually a practical framework that can guide you in making the most important decisions in life. What to learn, what to do, and what direction to take. Now imagine a diagram with 4 circles. Each circle represents a key dimension of your life. What you love, your passions, the activities that bring you joy and energy. What you are good at, your natural talents and acquired skills. The things you can master with practice. What the world needs, the problems you can help solve, the contribution you can make to society. What you can be paid for, the opportunities, jobs, or careers where your skills have economic value. When you combine these 4 dimensions, something amazing happens. You begin to see not just a career path, not just a hobby, but a life purpose. That purpose is called your Ikigai. Why is this important for learners? Because learning is not only about collecting knowledge, it's about finding a direction that makes your efforts meaningful. Without a purpose, we easily get distracted, give up, or feel overwhelmed. But with a clear sense of why we are learning, every challenge becomes easier to overcome. Think about it. Maybe you've been studying a subject but feeling unmotivated. Maybe you wonder, why am I even doing this? Ikigai helps you answer that question. It connects your studies to your identity, your career, and your contribution to the world. In the next parts of this video, we will break down each circle of Ikigai one by one, and I will guide you with examples, reflections, and questions so you can start building your own map. But for now, I want you to pause and reflect. If you had to choose only one circle, just one, would you start with what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, or what you can be paid for? Write your answer in the comments below. I'll be reading and replying to them because this journey is not just about me talking. It's about us growing together. Stay tuned, because in the next part, we'll dive deep into the first circle, what you love. This is where passion begins, and where your learning journey. Let's begin with the very first circle of Ikigai. What you love. This is where everything starts. What you love is deeply connected to your passion, your energy, and your joy. When you wake up in the morning, these are the things that make you feel excited and motivated. Think about it. Have you ever done something for hours and completely lost track of time? That activity is a strong sign of love and passion. For some people, it might be drawing. For others, it's teaching. Maybe solving problems, cooking, writing, or even helping others grow. These moments of flow are signals of what you truly love. Now, why is this important for your learning journey? Because when you learn something you genuinely love, learning doesn't feel like a burden. It becomes natural. Passion creates energy, and energy sustains discipline. Imagine 2 people learning the guitar. The first one is forced to do it just because it's part of school or work. The second one loves music and dreams of creating songs. Who do you think will practice longer, stay motivated, and improve faster? Of course, the one who loves it. Passion does not mean it's always easy, but it gives you the emotional fuel to keep going when things get hard. And that's the secret. Passion does not remove difficulty, but it transforms difficulty into something you're willing to face. Here's a practical exercise. I want you to grab a notebook and write down at least 5 activities you love. Don't think about money, don't think about skills, and don't think about what society values. Just pure love. Ask yourself, what makes me lose track of time? What makes me feel alive? What are the things I could talk about for hours without getting bored? Once you have this list, you'll start to see patterns. You might notice that the things you love are already connected to certain subjects you want to learn. And if they're not, that's okay. This is just the beginning. Remember, your passions are not random. They are signals pointing you toward your purpose. They show you where your natural motivation is strongest. If you connect your learning path with what you love, you will not only study harder, but you will also enjoy the journey. In the next part, we will go deeper into the second circle, what you are good at. Because loving something is powerful, but combining love with skill makes you unstoppable. Stay with me.
Now that we've explored the first circle, what you love, Let's move on to the second circle, what you are good at. This circle is about your skills, both natural talents and abilities you have developed over time. Maybe you're naturally good at communication. Maybe you're strong in logical thinking. Maybe you've trained yourself in writing, design, or technology. Being good at something doesn't always mean you were born with it. Most of the time it comes from practice, repetition, and discipline. Why does this matter? Because when you combine what you love with what you are good at, you create passion with direction. Loving something without skill can feel frustrating, because you may not get results. But having skill without love can feel empty, because you're good at it but not fulfilled. When the two come together, you unlock true passion. Here's an exercise. Make a list of 5 things people often compliment you on, or 5 skills you feel confident in. Don't limit yourself to school or work. Think about hobbies, personal traits, and experiences. Once you have that list, ask yourself, how can I connect what I love with what I'm good at? That intersection is the seed of mastery. Now let's move to the third circle, what the world needs. This is where your life goes beyond yourself. It's about identifying problems, challenges, or opportunities in the world that you can contribute to. The world needs teachers, innovators, healers, leaders, creators, and problem solvers. This circle reminds us that purpose is not only about personal happiness, but also about impact. Think about it. If you love something and you're good at it, that's already powerful. But if it also solves a problem for others, it becomes meaningful on a whole new level. For example, maybe you love technology and you're good at coding. If you use those skills to build apps that improve people's lives, now you are serving a bigger mission. Here's an exercise. Look around you. What are the problems in your community, in your country, or even globally, that you feel strongly about? Write down 3 causes or issues that matter deeply to you. Ask yourself, how can what I love and what I'm good at serve these needs? And finally, the fourth circle, what you can be paid for. This circle is about sustainability. You may love something, you may be good at it, and the world may need it, but if you cannot find a way to make it economically sustainable, it becomes hard to continue in the long term. This doesn't mean you should think only about money. It means you need to connect your purpose to a structure that supports your life. For example, someone may love painting and be good at it. The world needs art, but if they never learn how to sell their paintings, market themselves, or teach art classes, they may struggle to continue doing what they love. Getting paid is not just about money. It's about creating freedom to keep growing in your purpose. Exercise. Write down 3 things you could potentially be paid for, based on your skills and passions. Don't limit yourself to traditional jobs. Think about freelancing, teaching, creating content, entrepreneurship. The idea is to explore possibilities where your passion and skills can also provide value in the marketplace. When you look at these 4 circles together, what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for, you start to see the full picture. The intersection of all 4 is your ikigai, your reason for being, your compass in life and learning.
Now that we've explored all 4 circles of Ikigai, let's put it into practice with an example. Imagine someone named Sarah. Sarah loves helping people. She feels alive when she is supporting others, listening to their struggles, and motivating them. That's her first circle, what she loves. She's also good at communication. She has developed skills in speaking, writing, and explaining complex ideas in simple ways. That's the second circle, what she is good at. Looking at the world, she notices that many people struggle with stress, anxiety, and lack of motivation. The world needs coaches, mentors, and guides who can help people find clarity and confidence. That's the third circle, what the world needs. Finally, Sarah discovers that she can actually be paid to provide coaching sessions, create online courses, or even work in organizations as a trainer. That's the fourth circle, what she can be paid for. When she brings all these together, love for helping, skill in communication, the world's need for guidance, and the opportunity to get paid, Sarah has found her Ikigai. She realizes that learning more about psychology, communication, and leadership will not just be random skills, but powerful tools for her purpose. This is how Ikigai transforms learning. It gives you a compass, a direction. Instead of asking, what should I study? Or what job should I choose? You begin to ask, how does this connect to my Ikigai? And that question brings meaning to every effort you make. Now I want you to do the same exercise for yourself. Write down the 4 circles: what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. Then try to see where they overlap. It may not be clear at first, but the more you reflect, the more your Ikigai will reveal itself. Before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Manager NK, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Leave a comment about what you think your Ikigai might be. I would love to read your reflections and respond to them. And stay tuned for the next video in the Learn to Learn series. We'll talk about strengths and weaknesses, and how to find balance between the two. Because once you know your Ikigai, the next step is to understand yourself better, using your strengths wisely, and transforming your weaknesses into opportunities for growth. You won't want to miss it.